Here is a really fun Heygo rerun. This was at Halloween time in 2022. We did the jack-o'-lantern blaze. You're gonna see carvings of so many really cool jack-o'-lanterns, so we hope you enjoy.
Spooky. Ooh, spooky, scary. Blaze time. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, one and all.
We're happy you're joining us here at the great
Jack-o'-lantern blaze.
Hi, Weepk.
Hi.
Everybody. And Jan says, hi, pumpkins. Susan says, I was getting maybe sad because we weren't on yet. Maybe that's why. Hi, Tish.
Hi, Tiash.
Hi, Pamela.
Hello, one and all.
Hi, Natalie.
We should say right out of the gate, this is going to be a very busy tour. We're trying to already try to keep up with the chat. So we may miss some things.
Hi, Deborah.
Welcome, one and all.
And boo to you too, Gail.
Hello.
Hi, Jenny. Hi, Thomas.
So we're really glad you're here, but we're this is only a one-off. So there's lots of folks. We think a lot of folks had of our friends, our Heygo friends, have booked the tour. So we don't know how many of those will show up, but we think it could be busy.
Yeah.
For those of you who may
Hi, Lee.
know us, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Aaron.
And we're glad you're here for the great jack-o'-lantern blaze.
Hi, Jane and Linda and Joanne.
The tour has not started. We're just saying hi to folks. We like to sign on a few minutes before. Yay! Welcome.
Oh, yay, Matt.
Oh, yay.
First tours. And I saw someone from Milwaukee. I love Milwaukee. I haven't been there in a while.
Me either.
Hi, Carrie and Karen.
We
Lots
are.
of hellos to each other too. I love that.
I know. Hello.
Yay.
That's old friends
There
meeting
it
up.
is, Carrie in Milwaukee. Yeah. I have a cousin who spells Carrie that way as well. Kari. We're also switching up where the microphone is to make it easier for Patrick to get to the images.
Happy birthday,
Joanne's
Joanne.
Birthday, October 25th. Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joanne. Happy birthday to you. We really mean it.
Gosh, me without the microphone is a little bit dangerous.
I know, just stepping out of the...
I know. Hi, Carol.
I see an Adam M.
Adam's got to be late for
I know, you must be late where Adam is.
Toothpicks?
Adam,
Holding up your eyes?
Adam is one of our fantastic Heygo guides in Budapest. And there might be other guides on. Like I said, the chat, I think this is going to be a busy tour, so we're trying to keep up with everything.
Yeah. Hi, Gail. No, we're neither of us is working on a Broadway show right now. I finished Mrs. Doubtfire in May. Patrick just finished the national tour of the Prom, and we're both working on development of some other projects.
Kathy K
right
from Carlinville.
Yay! Hi, Kathy. Hi, Linda.
How long have we been
Michael.
together?
Oh.
Well, since 2010 is when we met.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And married
it is
for...
really late here.
When did we get married?
Oh gosh, 1 a.m.
6 years. We were married for 6 years?
We got
6
married
years.
in 2016, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remembered. Goodness.
Welcome everyone joining. We're so excited.
Welcome one and all.
This is going to be fun and a little bit of a different type tour for us. We're very excited to show off the jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah. And we'll probably go
Janice, hi.
in and out of narrating on this. A, because of crowds, because it will be very crowded. And B, because we also want you to hear some of the music in there too. They have a soundtrack that accompanies the displays, which we'll talk about.
Cynthia from Baltimore. I'm from Maryland. I'm from Southern Maryland, Cynthia.
Hi, Paula.
But I love Baltimore. I love all the old architecture there.
Hi, Ashley. And someone saying, bonsoir, Helen.
Hello.
Bonsoir. Love
Hi,
that.
Nancy.
Yeah.
Where are you exactly? We are in Sleepy Hollow, New York.
Yeah.
Carrie and Judy, hello. Wait,
We're really in Croton on Hudson, which is next to Sleepy Hollow.
that's true, yeah.
Yeah. Bonsoir, everybody. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome. We're happy you're all with us. I'm sure we're going to have lots of newbies tonight. If you are new, we know Michael and Matthew are new. I'm guessing maybe, well, hi, Diane. Colleen, yes, it's been ages, but somehow we got younger, right? Right? Janice, you lived in Pleasantville, so close.
Oh, yeah.
But if you are new, let us know in the chat, and hopefully we can catch up and see,
Definitely.
Lisa, this is your first. Well, welcome, Lisa.
Welcome, welcome.
You're welcome to hit that follow button if you like what we do. Oh, Carrie, you're new to us as well. Well, welcome, Lisa and Carrie. Yeah, feel free to follow us, but you can also wait till the end, because then you'll know if you like us or not.
Yeah, that's true.
Jerry as well. Welcome, Jerry. And, somebody just went by too quickly. Oh, Tomas. Gotcha. I hope it's Tomas. It might be just Thomas. But lots of new folks. Well, we're going to have to be good.
I know. We're going to do our best.
Yeah, we'll be on our best behavior.
This is a fun. We have done this just for ourselves, the Jack-o'-lantern blaze, years ago. But we thought this would be a fun thing for the Heygo viewers to see too.
We brought my dad and his wife to this. We were trying to figure it out on our drive here. We think it was 5 years ago we last came to this. Unique and special. It's really fun.
I'm not sure if I'm trying to get the porta potty, because that's what we have in the background right now, because we don't want to show off anything, which is behind you. What you can see is the beginning of the blaze. Behind us are the porta potties.
Yeah.
Classy.
I think Jill asked how the Petula Clark project is going. It's going great. I'm working on the development of a musical that uses the music of Petula Clark and some others of the 60s.
For those of you that
right now
don't know us, Aaron and I, we love doing these Heygo tours, but we are also theater actors. So that might pop up now and again in our tours.
You don't see past our pretty faces. That's good, because it's literally porta potties over my right shoulder. So classy. The porta potties. But on the other side is all the excitement. We just want to wait so we don't give too much away. Welcome everybody joining. We've got lots of folks coming in with less than a minute left. Yeah, Leslie, it's good stuff. It's like these boots are made for walking and downtown and a sign of the times. It's really
he's in his dad's in the Midwest, Illinois, Southern Illinois.
Yeah, little Nancy Sinatra. Why not? Boots are made for. Bruce, it's your second tour. Well,
Bruce, you decided to come back,
right?
Oh, phew. Thanks for joining.
Or else there's nothing else on.
It could be.
It could be that.
I just realized that I have a good spooky hat on. It's my Haunted Mansion
from Disney.
Hat.
I didn't have anything spooky, so you just get spooky old me. Samara.
Gerard!
Yay!
Another fantastic Heygo guide. We love to know when Heygo guides are on. So now we have Adam and Sherry, my sister, is on. She's not a Heygo guide, but she is my sister, so worth mentioning. And Gerard from London, who does fantastic tours.
It is go time, but somebody just asked what we're going for as Halloween.
Oh, gosh.
The truth is we don't have costume, but we do have what we call our prop box, which has a lot of costume pieces in it, and I bet we'll throw some stuff on for trick-or-treaters.
I'm going as one thing, an overeater, because we're currently doing a food program called the Whole 30, and it ends the day before Halloween. So that's what I'm going as.
So we'll be eating a lot of chocolate. Welcome, everybody. We're happy you're with us. The time is 6:45 p.m. here in Croton-on-Hudson, right next to Sleepy Hollow, New York. Temperature is 19 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a beautiful evening. It's perfect for the blaze. The main is it's dark now and a fog rolled in just as we were getting ready to start. And so I don't know if it'll show up on the screen, but there's kind of a fogginess all around. It is literally like a perfect October Halloween night.
Oh, yeah.
This is a live tour. If you have any questions, feel free to plop it in the chat. This is going to be a very busy chat. We have a lot of people on the tour tonight. Us to keep up with the questions, but we might miss some and we apologize. And if we do miss it at the end of the tour, reach out to us on the Heygo Voyagers page or on Instagram and we'll get back to you about that, any of that. I think that's me.
Yeah, you can also you can take pictures on this tour. There will be lots of postcard opportunities once we get going on the path here. And to do that, you just hit that center button. Every time you see something you like, hit the big button in the center of your screen, and you can save that picture in your Heygo profile, and you can share those with your family or friends. Also, we should just mention, if you'd like to know what tours we have coming up, you can follow us. You can hit the follow button, which I think is up maybe that way on your screen. Or you can just go to our Heygo page, Heygo.
Oop, that was my bad.
Heygo.com/Aaron and Patrick. I just want to point out that there is a clown, a scary clown.
Going to the porta potties.
Yeah, going to the porta potties.
Yeah, very classy. Yep.
All right.
Finally, if you're having any technical issues, the 3 dots above your chat, you can click to get some techno dancing, technical support. Also, if you want to close the chat, it's going to be a very busy chat. Feel free to close the chat, and we'll try to repeat any questions that we see before we answer it. Sometimes we're bad about that, but we'll try to do it. The other bit of disclaimer I will say, our signal seems to be really good on this tour. I think it'll stay good the whole time, except for this is a very crowded event, so if other people are using their phones, it could steal some of our signal away. So we'll keep an eye on that on our end. And the other thing is that because it is also busy, we may miss stuff, and we may also go quiet. We'll go in and out of narration, also partially so you can hear the music. There's a soundtrack to everything, so sometimes we'll get quiet so you can hear the music and that you just enjoy the sights and the music at the same time, and then we'll come back in with a little bit of narration. So
that's right. We have the microphone. We're wearing the microphone, but it might be better to hear like the music and the ambient sounds that they have. If we unplug, we might hear more. So we're going to test that once we get into the path, and then you guys can let us know.
Let's get going, everybody. Welcome to the great jack-o'-lantern blaze here in Hudson Valley. Here's the main entrance. So this is taking place since 2005. Now, all the pumpkins that you're seeing this evening, we're waiting to enter for this little girl's getting her photo taken. Once she's taken her photo, go in. Dad is getting it right. It's for a Christmas card, I bet. All right, we got it. We're going in. All right, so all the pumpkins that you're seeing this evening are hand carved. There's over 7,000 pumpkins. Now, they are not all real pumpkins. Some are the kind of foam fake pumpkins, and a little bit more about that as we make our way through.
But they are still hand carved.
Still hand carved, though. Yeah. These are some of the foam ones. Once we leave this area, you'll start to see some of the real pumpkins.
By the way, Sharon, I did read that message that you sent earlier in the chat, and we're really glad you're here.
Yay, Aaron. So now this runs September 16th through November 20th. And you can see we're just walking along a path. The direction is, it's only one direction. You make a big loop through the whole. These are some of the real pumpkins, by the way, at the top of these posts up here. Some of the real pumpkins. Actually, this whole path has some of the real pumpkins. So again, September 16th through November 20th, this runs. It costs anywhere from $36 to $44. Because it's closer to Halloween, it's now the pricier end. Jill, this has been going on since 2005. Just how many years? So this started in 2005, and it's grown quite extensively. Now they have a similar one out on Long Island as well. We're currently north of New York City, so we're in Croton-on-Hudson, about 40 miles or 64 kilometers outside of the city.
Just out of curiosity, can you all hear the music? I'm wondering if we should unplug just to test.
Yeah, let us know. Oh, good, you can.
Oh, great. Okay, good.
Oh, then we'll leave the microphone in because it's a little bit of a better sound then. So,
the one on Long Island, I'm not sure where the one on we're not on Long Island, but I'm not sure where that one is. But Long Island is not that big, so.
No. Marlene is asking, where in New York is this? So Marlene, we're in Croton-on-Hudson, right next to Sleepy Hollow. So we are just about 40 miles north of New York City, or about 64 kilometers north of New York City. Easy drive. Yeah, of course. Ooh, a little bit of the fog and haze rolling in there. So on the wall, the stone wall, which you probably can't tell it's a stone wall in the dark, but those are real pumpkins, and then obviously the skeleton pumpkins behind those are some of the fake pumpkins as well. This is a production of the historic Hudson Valley, and it serves as a benefit for them. They're a non-profit educational organization supported by a lot of contributions from various businesses.
I just want to move over here.
Yeah, sure. These are some of the real pumpkins.
Yeah.
Now the real pumpkins, there are about 7,000 pumpkins that make up the exhibit. Obviously the real ones have to be changed throughout the entire time. So it takes about 25,000 pumpkins to make the entire exhibit come to life over the whole course of the run. 7,000 a night, but 25,000 total for the whole course, the 2 months of the run. And so they have daily volunteers who help carve, anywhere from 10 to 12 volunteers who help each day to carve new pumpkins to change out the rotted ones. And those are primarily made up from civic organizations, Girl Scouts, Boy Scout troops, 4-H clubs.
My gosh. Look at this guy's got glasses. I love that.
Aww.
There's some impressive ones.
So these are all hand
Holy
carved. Now, these
smokes.
these are the real pumpkins that you're seeing here. Yes, lots of pumpkin seeds. Oh yeah, I hope they roast those pumpkin seeds. They do save the innards and the pumpkins themselves, and they have a sponsorship with a farm where they compost all the pumpkins from here. That's a lot of compost.
I know, right?
And you'll even see as we make our way along the path that they have I love this, real little candle lanterns that light the path as you make your way along.
These are amazing. Jeez Louise.
So as we're showing you some pumpkins, some jack-o'-lanterns, let's talk about where jack-o'-lanterns, how they derived, where they came from. So it actually comes from an Irish myth about Stingy Jack. He tricked the devil for his own monetary gain. And then when Jack died, God didn't allow him into heaven, and the devil didn't allow him into hell. So Jack was sentenced to roam the earth for for eternity. So in Ireland, where this myth took place, people started to carve demonic faces out of turnips, originally turnips, to frighten away Jack's wandering soul. But then as the Irish immigrants started to come to the U.S., they began carving pumpkins instead of turnips because pumpkins were a little more readily available in the areas that they were arriving. So that's how we got jack-o'-lanterns. Marlene, the turnips were very creepy. So again, these are all some of the real ones that you're seeing right now. Again, hand-carved, 10 to 20 volunteers a day who prep these and make sure that
he's had a couple of drinks there. That guy looks a little
drunk. What do you do with a drunken jack-o'-lantern? What do you do with a drunken?
That one's winking, I think, right? That's
I think
so cool.
Look at how they did the eye. I love that. Now what's going to happen is, as we make our way past this path, the jack-o'-lanterns will start to become more or less individually carved and more individually carved but turned into sculptures. So these are more about the individual pumpkins themselves. Soon you'll start to see the pumpkins become something greater than just one jack-o'-lantern, which will make much more sense as we start to see them as we make our way along. But first we'll focus on some of these, again, hand-carved by 10 to 20 volunteers a day, primarily civic organization, Girl Scout groups, Boy Scout groups. I agree, Carrie. Yeah, they're all fabulous, aren't they? I am not good at.
I'm not a good. You get 2 triangles for eyes, and you get maybe a couple of broken teeth,
and that's
it.
Yeah. What town is this? Asked Trudy. Trudy, we are on Croton-on-Hudson, right next to Sleepy Hollow. So we're about 40 miles north of New York City, about 64 kilometers. So now we're going to start to make our way down the path. Here we go. This way. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, they changed the path from when I tested it. Ooh. All right, so now we're going past the Blazon River. The mighty Hudson is habitat to 220 species of fish, from striped bass and American shad to the hog-chocker flatfish and lined seahorse. And the historic Hudson Valley preserves the history along the river, while organizations like the River Keepers take care of it as well. So that's sort of the theme of this area that we're headed into right now. So you'll see the turtles carved into the fish. You'll see turtles carved into the pumpkins. So you see some cattails along there, all to reflect the Hudson River, which we're just really close by. Hop, skip, and a jump away from where we're at. In fact, the town is called Croton-on-Hudson for a reason.
How many people visit here every season was the question.
I honestly don't know how many people come. It sells out, though, Jill. You have to have tickets in advance because it does sell out pretty much every single night, and usually in advance it sells out. So this is one giant fish made out of a whole bunch of carved pumpkins you're seeing right here. Yeah, I agree, Jill. It really is an amazing event. Yeah, and MB, it's a ton of work. They all summer prepping for it. It's almost a year-round job, basically. So the next area is called Pushing Windmill, enshrined on the New York City seal. Windmills and wind power have been part of our history for hundreds of years. In the 21st century, sleek turbines have replaced the wooden windmills of yore, but nothing could replace our pumpkin-powered version, they say.
It's too bad we don't have a one of our Amsterdam guides on here. Look at the tulip field. These are all pumpkins with tulips carved into them. That's really cool.
We can go tiptoeing through the tulips. Tulips. Adam, yeah. I know Stefan would love it, and Mark. And
yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So that's all carved pumpkins back there. Now, again, most of those are foam pumpkins, but they are hand-carved foam pumpkins. Pretty remarkable.
Oh, I love these tulips.
And they're so colorful and beautiful, too. Oh, yes, nice. Take that, Mark and Stefan. We've got our tulips in our windmill as well.
Okay, make a funny face. 1, 2, 3. Okay, try again.
That is cool.
Yeah, just gorgeous.
2, 3.
All right, so we're going to make our way through a row of jellyfish, pumpkin fish, which will make a lot more sense as we get closer. And as we make our way through here, let's talk about how how jack-o'-lanterns became associated with Halloween. So it's based on the Celtic festival Samhain. I think I'm saying that right. Probably not, but I think so. It's spelled Samhain. If we have anybody who knows Celtic, you can correct me, but I think it's Samhain. Oh, yes. Oh, good. Thanks, Barbara. Oh, good. Thanks, everybody. Which is a celebration in ancient Britain and Ireland that marked the end of summer and the beginning of the new year on November 1st. And it was believed that during Samhain, the souls of those who had died that year traveled to the other world, and the other souls would return to visit their homes. In the 8th century, the Roman Catholic Church moved All Saints' Day to November 1st, and this meant that All Hallows' Eve, or Halloween, fell on October 31st. So traditions from Samhain remained, such as wearing disguises to hide yourself from the souls wandering around your home, thus costumes for Halloween. And
a little closer to the microphone.
Oh, yeah. And that folklore of Samhain. I was saying Saw. It's more Samhain. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Marlene. And then, of course, the carved turnips, which became carved pumpkins, also remained as well. Shall I move it to me? I think we're okay.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to just move the microphone closer to me. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
For one more day.
We put the microphone on Patrick originally thinking that it would be easier for him to get around the crowds. But it is crowded, but we're maneuvering okay. So we'll just, we'll be fine now, I think. Look at all these fish. I love it.
Cool.
So that is how Carrie, yeah, awestruck. I know it's great. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Everyone's saying it's good. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're about to go on the Pumpkin Bridge.
Yeah. So our bridge of gourds mimics the Governor Mario M. Cuomo Bridge, which is near here. Originally, it was called the Tappan Zee Bridge, which is really close to here. But that original name comes from the Native American tribes, and that's very close to here. So this bridge mimics that new bridge, which just opened, oh gosh, now I can't remember, maybe 4 years ago?
Yeah.
So we're now walking up a ramp as if we're going onto it. Yeah, Janice, this is a specially created soundtrack for the experience. So they have recorded it just for the experience. So all the music you're hearing is all part of it. They have 2 volumes of a soundtrack. Blaze, the soundtrack, volume 1 and 2, features over 60 minutes of music, so you don't really hear the same thing twice. And it's all from, about, and inspired by the blaze, created by recording artist, radio personality, and Halloween fanatic Richard Christie. And you do hear it all throughout the experience. And it's funny because it sort of kicks in as you start to walk in. And
That's
then
cool. We go over they have this sort of little river going, that the bridge goes over with all the jack-o'-lanterns down there as well. Are those jack-o'-lanterns carved on both sides?
It looks like
I think they are.
doubly carved. Yeah. Like double mint, double mint, double carved pumpkins. The head designer, by the way, of all the pumpkins is a gentleman named Michael Nattiello. He's the chief designer of the pumpkins, Michael Nattiello. And then he has 10 staff carvers who are professional carvers, believe it or not, and they start in June. 10 of them start in June, and they would be doing the foam carvings. I bet these on the left are real. So it goes in and out of real and fake, but yeah, these have to be real, I can tell. So we have some real ones right here in front of us. Remarkable. Audrey lived in New York City all your life, never heard of the place. Well, we're just 40 miles north, Croton-on-Hudson, right by Sleepy Hollow. More people know of Sleepy Hollow than they do Croton-on-Hudson. Here's some more real ones. These are the kind of classic ones right here. Welcome, Cynthia and Angela. Welcome to the great jack-o'-lantern blaze. We're happy you're with us.
We've seen lots of kids so far that are dressed up in their Halloween costumes, which is so cute. Or their Halloween pajamas they're wearing.
Yeah, we saw one family with 3 kids, and they all 3 kids had their Halloween pajamas on, which was adorable. More of these are more of the hand-carved ones lining the path. And as we start to make our way up, you're going to start to see Celtic knots, elaborate carvings, all the handiwork of a single expert carver. They pay homage to the jack-o'-lantern roots that we were talking about, that Irish folklore of stingy Jack who couldn't get into heaven or hell. So he carried that turnip that was lit, and people would carve the turnips to keep his soul away. So you'll start to see some of these Celtic knots carved in here, which I think is really cool that they even show this homage to the classic roots of the jack-o'-lantern, and it's a pretty big part of it as well. You'll start to see, we'll come up to a church that even has stained glass windows with the Celtic knots. And it's really beautiful. The spiderweb you're seeing in the background, by the way, is all part of the exhibit. We'll get to that. It's on a different path that we'll make our way to. The pumpkins inside are primarily electric lights. And the path, somebody asked how long the path is. It's about a half a mile long, or about 0.8 of a kilometer. So it typically takes anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour to make your way through, depending on how much time you take looking at everything. But again, it takes about 40 to 60 minutes to walk the entire half mile, or about 0.8 of a kilometer walk. You're good right there.
Crazy. Look at that.
That's beautiful. So again, these Celtic knots carved into pumpkins, but made to look like stained glass windows.
I don't mean to sound so surprised, but Aaron, both of us didn't do the test because we felt like we didn't both have to pay to come do the test. But Aaron came and did the test early, so this is my first time seeing all of this.
So the next area is called the Museum of Pumpkin Art, or MOPA, instead of MoMA. Museum of Modern Art founder Abby Aldrich Rockefeller thought you might enjoy these gorgeous twists on famous pieces of art. So we'll show the famous pieces, masterpieces, as we make our way along. Again, masterpieces of art, all made out of carved pumpkins.
Holy moly.
Little Frida Kahlo right there. I can't see what this one is on the side. It's hard for me to tell. I know, we love a good pun, so the fact that we can fit in a gorgeous pun.
When people do the shading, they just they cut it that's so impressive.
Remarkable.
To me.
Yeah. I love that. Oh, Leslie, you're an art student. Oh, good. So this is great. Yeah, so we have a little starry night coming up. Yes, so somebody asked if we've been here before. Yes, we came here we think it was 2017. We were trying to remember on our drive here. Little pumpkin Banksy. We think we came here in 2017. Well, we know we came. We just can't remember the year. I think it was 2017.
I think so.
We brought my dad and his wife. Yeah, Samara, little Banksy. How many acres is this? Oh, it probably covers about... I honestly don't know the size of the park offhand. I'm going to guess it covers about maybe 6 acres. Again, it's about the path we're walking is about a half a mile. The path itself.
Caroline, since 2005, the blaze has been going.
My gosh, little Dolly. Hello, Dolly. It's Dolly, right? And all of a sudden I'm questioning my art history. Love it. Hi, Terry and Jolene. I know Keith Haring, but we do still we of course got the lovely Mona Lisa, and we've got a Warhol as well. The Warhol one, there's a bigger Warhol one that's a little trickier for us to get, but you'll still see it here, which is quite funny. The pumpkin soup can, of course, not the classic Campbell soup can. It's got to be a pumpkin soup. Yeah. Oh, somebody's mentioning... Oh, yeah, Frida Kahlo. Yeah, Frida Kahlo is who that first one was that we showed. So again...
Really cool. So we've been to an art museum.
We've been to an art museum. Think of all the things you're going to check off your list tonight at the Pumpkin Blaze. How many of you have seen, on a Heygo tour, a dragon?
Oh, wait. We missed
we missed these. Oh, these weren't I came to test. These are hilarious. Well, not carved. These are still quite fun. Pumpkin sculptures. These are new. I mean, I came to test the tour maybe 3 weeks ago, right when they first opened. Yeah, it is Jeff Koons, totally. I wonder if it's really Jeff Koons or if they just made it to look like a Jeff Koons. I'm not quite sure. Again, they've popped up since we tested it. So this is what I was going to say. Here comes the dragon. Look, he's breathing fire right now, too. Catherine, the pumpkins some of these pumpkins that you're seeing are foam, so they can save them for future years, although the exhibit is not the exact same every year. So some things are the same and they reuse the pumpkins, but the pumpkins that are real get composted. They have a partnership with a neighboring farm and they get composted. Scary dragon. And also check out the pumpkins at the bottom of the dragon. They're all carved to look like waves. The pumpkins will look like waves. Good question. Do volunteers get to pick? I don't know. I'm guessing. I've seen. So some of the pumpkins are classically carved pumpkins. Look like the classic, as Patrick said, his style. 2 triangles or 3 triangles and a mouth. No, 2, I guess. 2 in a mouth. And some are like that. So I'm just guessing they let the volunteers choose unless they need some specific things. And then they clump the ones that look like classic pumpkins together, and the more unique ones like we saw at the very beginning, they put separately, is my guess.
Stefan, welcome.
Oh, Stefan, you missed the tulips and the windmill. We went to your area for just a little bit. So here we have some firefighters getting a cat up in a tree. That's in the background, and then those children probably shouldn't be on the other side of the rope. And we have this is an homage to the firefighters in the area, specifically the Croton Fire Department, because we're in the town of Croton on Hudson.
That is impressive.
Yeah. And you can see they parked on the side there.
Ooh,
oh yeah, here's the hydrant. There's the fire hydrant, again carved out of pumpkins. And just behind it is their fire truck, also carved out of pumpkins. Yeah. Remarkable. No, Neil, not like crouton, but crotons. You can see it on the door of the fire truck. Croton is the town that we're in. So again, the chief designer is Michael Natiello, and he has 10 carvers, professional carvers, who are on staff beginning in June. And I know you're probably like, professional carvers, where do you find professional carvers? Well, one, he used to get them from Martha Stewart's design company. And the other one is from a place called Brooklyn's Maniac Carvers. And they specialize in carving pumpkins and other objects. And you can even take classes from that. It's called Brooklyn's Maniac Carvers. And I think they even have online classes. So if any of you are home and you want to see how to carve a really cool pumpkin, you can check them out. Here we go through this pumpkin tunnel.
The pumpkin planetarium.
Oh, is that what they called it?
Yeah.
The pumpkin planetarium, they called this. You can hear the music as well as the kids behind us. And then, like I said, beyond the 10 staffers, there are another 10 to 20 volunteers help out each day to carve fresh pumpkins for whatever is needed to replenish throughout the exhibit. So Natiello says they replace pumpkins almost daily during the warmer parts of the fall, and then they can get by a few days when it gets to the cooler weather. It's about 1,000 people in total who volunteer throughout the whole run, which goes from mid-September to mid-November. And like I said, it's primarily Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, a lot of civic organizations. Now the framework and the armature building for some of these complex installations, like I said, are kept every single year, and that's handled by the professionals. They would do all the elaborate stuff, including what's coming into view right now, this 20-foot round carousel. This was built by William Dinsell, a descendant of one of the country's first carousel makers. It's wrapped in 555 individually carved jack-o'-lanterns. So again, William Dinsell, a descendant of one of the country's first carousel makers, wrapped in 555 individually carved pumpkins. They come, I love it. She could ride it. It'd be fun. Just riding a pumpkin skeleton horse. Hilarious. Oh, here we have the witches. It almost. So Joanne, yes, there are 7,000 pumpkins, and it's a mixture of real pumpkins and foam pumpkins. So like the witches that you're seeing right there in the distance are foam pumpkins. Lorraine is asking if each carousel horse is a pumpkin. So each of the carousel horses is mini pumpkins.
Many. Not mini.
M-A-N-Y. It's made up, like each horse is made of about 6 pumpkins. Similar to these witches. Let's see, the witches are made, I'm doing a quick count, looks like about 14 pumpkins for each of these witches.
Double.
Yeah, or I think of the Sanderson's sisters in Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus 2 is quite fun if any of you haven't seen it yet. We laughed a lot. It's foolish. We have the Jack Smith shop. Now we're getting ready to make our way to sort of a bit of an iconic story in this area, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, a story by Washington Irving. So that takes place in the New York village of Sleepy Hollow, which is just one town over from where we're at right now. And in that story, a lanky newcomer and schoolmaster Ichabod Crane courts Katrina von Tassel, a young heiress who's also being pursued by the Dutchman Brom Bones. And after being rebuffed by Katrina at a party at the von Tassel farm where the ghost stories are shared and I'm sure drinking was to be had as well, Ichabod is chased by a headless horseman who may or may not be his rival, who hurls a pumpkin at the man throwing Ichabod from his horse. The schoolmaster vanishes. And this all took place in an area known as North Tarrytown, which is nearby. And in 1996, the town of North Tarrytown decided to officially change their name to Sleepy Hollow. So where we're headed right now, that's the Ferry House here on the left, an early roadhouse in this area. But where we're headed right now is the Infinite Trail. And this sort of...
Sorry. We got separated.
It's dark, and so we lost each other, and we're connected by our microphone. So here we go, the Infinite Trail. This harkens to the story of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and let's see if we hear the Headless Horseman ride. Sometimes as you're standing here, you hear it. I don't hear him. Maybe he's not riding tonight.
Maybe.
But every now and then you'll hear the clip-clop of the Headless Horseman as if he's going down the the infinite path. Ooh. Little ones beneath our feet. It's tricky because it's dark and we're looking up with our cameras, so we keep missing little peanuts at our feet. I mean, little children, not literally little peanuts. So the earliest versions of, somebody asked earlier about the lights in them. The earliest versions of the pumpkin blaze were quite smaller, and they could legitimately have candles because they could keep watch on them, make sure it was safe. They could also change them and light them. Now, because there are over 7,000 pumpkins in the exhibit, it's too difficult to have it be all candles. So primarily they're all LEDs throughout here now at this point.
Lee, the infinite path is blocked off. It's not an actual path that we would take. It's roped off to just sort of go off in infinity.
Yeah.
The infinite path.
So we went right up to the rope. So that's the furthest you can go. There's the carousel from the other side as well. So the other thing, going back to the candles versus, or the lights versus the candles, you can see on the carousel all the different colors. By using the LED lights, they can, create a much more dynamic installation. They can change the colors.
Yeah. Mick, hello. No, the tours are just live only. There's if you miss them when they're live, then you have to catch them the next time. So I guess next Halloween.
These are supposed to be like lightning bugs going in and out quickly.
The beehive.
Yeah. Oh, I thought they were lightning bugs, but I think it's a mix. There's some bees and lightning bugs and dragonflies. And we're going to make our way along the Zodiac. Now, it is a little crowded because this path gets much more narrow. So if you see, we'll try to get every sign in, but if you want a postcard of your sign, take it quickly in case we get pushed along the path, because it does narrow and kind of bottleneck at this point. So it gets a little bit trickier. Now, again, most of these are not most of these, but it's a mix of the carvable foam as well as fresh pumpkins. The pumpkins primarily come from the Wallkill View Farm in New Paltz. New Paltz is not terribly far, part of Westchester, the county that we're in right now. And like I said, the blaze goes through about 25,000 pumpkins a year. We'll try to get good, clean shots of each Zodiac. We just passed Gemini. That's mine. Yay, Gemini. If there's any other Geminis out there,
yeah.
Hello.
If any of you are Geminis or know Geminis,
yeah.
I say this all the time, but sometimes I wake up and I get the other Aaron.
How dare you?
Well, look at the path. Let's turn around.
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
We'll go back to the
Yeah, we'll come back to the Zodiac signs in just a minute. But look at the little log cabin. So cool. Just behind us. So then, like I said, the compost, the live pumpkins are composted at the end of the event. And much of that compost goes back to that Wallkill farm, and some of it also is used on the flower beds throughout the estate that we're on right now, which we'll talk about in a little bit, the estate that we're on here in Croton-on-Hudson, the manor that's here. Again, 25,000 live pumpkins a year, and all of them are composted after.
Oh yes, that was Hansel and Gretel. So sorry, just catching up. I saw the two carved pumpkins.
Yeah, we didn't see those at first. Again, because we're kind of looking up, we kind of missed some of the down stuff. Libras, all the Libras in the house. Now, as we're showing the Zodiac signs and making our way along, let's talk about the origins of trick-or-treating. So during the Celtic celebrations we mentioned earlier, the villagers would disguise themselves in costumes primarily made of animal skins. And the idea was to drive away phantom visitors. And they would have these banquet tables that were prepared. Food was left out to placate the unwelcome spirits. And then in later centuries, people began dressing as ghosts or demons and other scary creatures, performing antics in exchange for food and drink. And this custom, known as mumming, actually dates back to the Middle Ages. And that's thought to be kind of the beginning of trick-or-treating. Well, then, as we talked about earlier, by the 9th century, we saw Christianity had spread into the Celtic lands, where it kind of blended with older pagan rites. And in 1000 AD, the church designated November 2nd as All Souls Day for honoring the dead. And celebrations in England kind of resembled the Celtic commemorations of the Samhain that we talked about earlier, complete with bonfires and masquerades. So poor people would visit the houses of the wealthier families. They would receive pastries called soul cakes in exchange for a promise to pray for the souls of the homeowner's dead relatives, known as souling. Later, that practice was taken up by kids, young children, and they would go from door to door asking for gifts such as food or money. And then meanwhile, around the same time in Scotland and Ireland, we saw young people taking part in a tradition called guising. They would dress up in costumes and accept offerings from various households. And rather than pledging to pray for the dead, they would sing a song, recite a poem, tell a joke, or perform another sort of quote-unquote trick before collecting their treat, which typically consisted of fruits, nuts, or coins. So that's how we get trick-or-treating. That's a very, very quick rundown. And then I have to pause because we don't want to get eaten by the dinosaurs, so I have to pay attention to where we're going. Because here we are with the dinosaur. Notice how the soundtrack has now changed into a bit of an eerier sound at this point.
Is that a bat? Pumpkin bat?
Yeah, in the distance is a pumpkin bat.
Or is that a pterodactyl?
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Pterodactyl.
It's a pterodactyl. Which is a terrible joke.
Oh, and look at all the carved pumpkins at the bottom are all of the feet. Oh my gosh.
Susan O gave a groan. Susan, I'm pretty sure you gave him a groan. Or maybe I got the groan the other day. It wouldn't surprise me.
These are crazy.
They're really remarkable. So the path got skinnier. I'm actually going to go behind you a little. Oh no, I think we're okay. I thought a young child was going to take me out with his...
Oh, and there, what is that? Velociraptor? Is that what those are when they...
Oh, that's short arms?
Yeah, well, and the things that comes up.
Oh, yeah, the side, wing things. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Don, for following us. Yeah, if you want to follow us, we do have another totally different seasonal tour coming up, and you can follow that follow button. 24 feet around and filled with creepy crawlies. Do you dare come closer to the spider's lair? So we saw it in the distance earlier, but here it is. 24 feet around, the jack-o'-lantern, the web comprised of jack-o'-lanterns. Just remarkable.
Yeah, really.
Oh, thanks, Tish. Yeah, that's our Day of the Dead tour is coming up, our other seasonal one. Nancy, it should be at the top of your screen, but you can also go to heygo.com/Aaron and Patrick. Laurie, no ghost tour per se. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to do a normal tour and hire our friends to scare us on the tour for Halloween. Not tell us where they're going to be, and just be in New York and scare us wherever they'd know the route, and they get permission to scare us anywhere. And that was my Halloween idea, but it didn't come to fruition. This one's much cooler. Definitely much cooler. Don't give any ideas. Kathleen, yeah, we do have our Diker Heights tour. One of them is already on the schedule, but we will do more than one. But there is one already on the schedule, and we have two of our Rockefeller Center Christmas tours already up as well. And again, we'll do more of those too. We'll do quite a few of them to accommodate schedules and numbers and crowds and everything.
This is the backside of that wagon that we saw earlier. Oh, thanks, Adam. Adam has put a couple of our tours up, and Tish has too. Thank you both so much.
The Celtic knots, is what that was. By the way, we are definitely going to go a little bit over. Sincerest apologies. If anybody needs to run, we probably have about 10 minutes left, although we're at more of a bottleneck. The crowds thwarted our... It took 20 minutes to test it. We doubled the time knowing it would take us longer. And now it's going to be even longer because the crowds are significant tonight. So bear with us. And if you need to run, we don't blame you. But if you want to stay...
Pictures on the right side, walking forward on the left.
Okay.
So, we know we've been wanting to take you here since we began on Heygo, but here she is.
Finally.
Lady Liberty.
Finally. We get to see the Statue of Liberty. The signal's finally good.
I'm gonna turn the camera sideways, what we lovingly call an Adam shot. So you can snap a picture. You are not drunk. You can snap a picture right now to get the whole statue in, and then you can edit that picture later to be right side up.
25 feet tall, this Statue of Liberty, with 114 individually carved jack-o'-lanterns. 25 feet tall, 114 individually carved jack-o'-lanterns. Oh yeah, let's go right up
Zoom
to
in
the
on
crown
our torch.
and the torch, yeah. Oh, somebody said they're on their second glass of wine, so they might be drunk, actually.
Well done.
Yeah. Sorry, it's true, you saw her in Vegas, and now as a pumpkin. I know, everywhere but the real one. Gosh.
And all of the lots of different shaped flags waving at
the base. Yeah.
Oh, even her like shoe in the sandal. I just want to zoom in.
Oh yeah, I love that detail. Again, Michael Natiello is the chief designer of all of these, and has a staff of 10 professional carvers. Can you imagine, like if you're really good at carving? Imagine that. Like, Mom and Dad, I'm gonna be a professional pumpkin carver.
Well, this is a good shot. I would support you if you wanted to change your careers. This is that bridge that we walked along earlier, the Tappan Zee Bridge.
Although you can see at the base of it in pumpkins, it says the Pumpkin Bridge, which is quite obviously a bridge made of pumpkins. So now we're headed into the Bright Lights Big City. So New York City and the Hudson Valley are linked by the 315-mile Hudson River. And this is an homage to that area as well as the New York City highlights. So as we make our way along here, you're going to see a lot of famous New York City sites, probably most of which you've seen on our tours. Maybe not the skeleton. I don't think we've seen a skeleton yet on a tour, have we?
No.
I hope we don't. But you can see an FDNY ambulance in the background. I think our next one is a hot dog and pretzel cart coming up. And as we make our way along, too, you'll also see the classic New York City street lamps that are on a lot, like the Coney Island boardwalks as well. Here's the hot dog cart and pretzel cart. Oh, yes, skeleton is a dog walker. Thanks for noticing that, Barbara. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Michael Natiello. Carrie, sorry, you're answering for somebody. Thank you. Yeah, Michael Natiello. A little pedicab, and you can see in the distance an NYPD car, as well as, the Chrysler Building's not a pumpkin. That's just a board back there, made to give a little bit of a skyline look.
I love the lamps.
The lamps are really terrific.
Street lamps.
I know, Noreen, I gotta be honest, the Chrysler Building is not made of pumpkins. Those look like they're just boards in the back to give us a little texture, a little bit of a backdrop. But you can see the Apollo carved out of pumpkins. You might see Radio City.
A little bit of Harlem over there. There's the Apollo.
Yep.
Marquee.
And then a New York City subway entrance coming up right here.
Which train is it? It doesn't say.
I don't think it says which train, which line it is. Yeah, it doesn't tell us. Bummer. So you'll hear some of the music. For those of you that might have tuned in late, there are 2 volumes of music heard throughout the Blaze. Over 60 minutes on each volume so that you don't hear the same thing twice. Created by recording artist, radio personality, and Halloween fanatic Richard Christie. All original. This one's like a little more of like an electric guitar sound for this music.
I'm just noticing these pumpkins. Classic pigeons all over New York with the pigeons.
Yeah.
Apollo's a theater.
I love it.
That's where I went with Grace's dad.
And they're all sitting around this lovely couple sitting on a bench, presumably in Central Park. I guess they could be in any of the New York City parks. Patrick, I'm just going to... Oh, sorry, there's a stroller. They're going to take you out. And this got lined with a lip, so be careful on the...
Okay.
The sidewalk now is... It's dark. And because we're looking at the screen as well.
Trying to get the pigeons and the couple. There we go.
All right, so we're leaving New York City, which is odd because that's where we do all of our tours.
Stefan.
Oh, yeah, another view.
So this is sort of a side view of, there's the windmill, and it's sort of hard to see from this angle, but if we were standing over there on the left side, those are all carved tulips So it's a tulip farm with a windmill in the back.
So we're oh, you know what? If we let these few go by, we have a window
Okay.
of no one, which is nice.
Oh, good.
There we go. Now we're good. All right, because it does path. The path narrows here, but then it's going to open up, and we're going to be in front of Cortland Manor when it opens up. Cortland, Cortlandt. We're on the grounds of the Cortland Manor. Is that a bat up there?
No, it looks like maybe a dragonfly.
Maybe a dragonfly we're thinking up there. This is the back of Cortland Manor. Again, we'll be swinging around to the front of it.
I just want to get this one picture. You
Sure.
get a lot of the blaze.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is a good overview of, we entered kind of to the right, we curved around a little bit, saw the windmill, we went over the pumpkin bridge, or through the jellyfish actually first, and then over the pumpkin bridge and went down further to that infinity path, and then we looped around. Now we're going to make our way into, to go in front of the, I know, this is why we didn't come on a weekend, Noreen, because we knew it would be just nuts. This is called the Manor House Doomsday Clock with its extraordinary collection of period furnishings and one of the coolest kitchens of the day. The Manor House behind this illustrates the opulence enjoyed by the Van Cortlands, one of New York's most prominent patriot families. And the grandfather clock in the house's entry hall inspires this clock you see right here, known as the Doomsday Clock.
Yes, there's rats. I just want to zoom in because they have a pendulum that's swinging back and forth.
Yeah, I love
Jack-o'-lantern
that.
pendulum.
That is really terrific. Oh, thanks, Nikki. Yeah, it's pretty good. Susie, it's $36 to $44. So we paid $44 because it's later in the season and closer to Halloween. But when you come, if you come in September or if you come in a non-peak time, it's around $36.
Well, these rats look friendly.
They are. They seem nice. Unlike our New York City ones. It's rude. Oh, watch out. Good. Okay, good. The path is going to open up now, which is terrific. It's going to help us enormously. We won't be quite as crowded, and we'll be in front of the Van Cortland house, which is lit up right now. Now, sometimes the lights go out on it, and then they come back. But we're going to make our way away from it so you can take it all in, and I'll talk to you about it. It's a 17th century house, and the property as well, built by the Van Cortland family, who we just mentioned a little bit ago. Here it is. It looks quite gaudy. It looks like Diker Heights that we talked about earlier, the Christmas lights that we go to see, but only because it's decorated for the blaze. Normally it doesn't have all these lights on it if you come the rest of the year. But this is located near the confluence of the Croton and Hudson rivers. We're in the village of Croton on Hudson, of course, as we said earlier, in Westchester County. Colonial era stone and brick manor house, now a museum as well as a National Historic Landmark. So Stephanos Van Cortland established this entire... Oh, that child is not having a good time. They must not like the Van Cortlands, or us, or our narration. It could be that, I don't know. Stephanos Van Cortland established the estate in 1697. And I think one of the coolest facts... Oh, see there, the lights just went out on the manor. We caught it just in time. One of the coolest facts about Stephanos Van Cortland is he was the first native-born mayor of New York City. The first native-born mayor of New York City. Thanks, Leslie, and to everybody in the blue boxes. We appreciate it. Presumably laughing at the child who did not care for us. And we have, I love this, we have skeletons dressed as ghosts, and we have jack-o'-lanterns dressed as scarecrows. But now in front of all this, we have a cemetery, and the cemetery is all descendants of the Van Cortland family. Here lies Cornelius Freeman, born 1753. And there are about, I would say about 15 of these gravestones that create this little cemetery here. Pretty cool, and you can see the scarecrows there and behind them, watching over. We're about 5 minutes or less from finishing up our tour. Sorry for running over everybody. It was a hard one to judge how much time we would need for this tour. Again, all these cemeteries. And then we're going to start to see the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. We're going to see the Headless Horseman right here. Now watch, there goes the pumpkin he's throwing. at Ichabod running away on his horse. So the Headless Horseman throwing his pumpkin at Ichabod. You can see it flying through the air. You can even hear Ichabod screaming. There we go. Pretty cool. Maybe Orlean lost her stream. Oh, thanks, LS. I appreciate it. Love that. And then as we make our way down the path away from the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, you see a beautiful field of sunflowers. Again, all made of carved pumpkins, varying amounts. So the ones in the front are about 3 pumpkins. The ones in the back are 5 to 6 pumpkins. So gorgeous.
Really cool.
Love it.
Lit up manor in the back.
The Van Cortland Manor in the distance there. It has the soundtrack that we talked about earlier is set to the lights of the Van Cortland Manor, but I'm going to be totally honest with you, it's not very clear, or it doesn't mean, even watching it live, it doesn't mean much or read very well. So that's why the lights go out and come back on. It looks like he's doing YMCA almost. So we're getting ready to head into the Headless Horseman Bridge, which I think is sort of our last major stop or site or structure, I should say. Hold on to your hats when the horseman rides through the mystical lands of Sleepy Hollow country, seeking the head he no longer has. He just might try for yours, it says outside the bridge. Careful as you cross the bridge where he makes his fateful journey. So everybody, hold on tight. Here we go. Yeah, exactly. Hold on to your head. Totally. Oh, this is so cool. You can see above us, these are all bats carved above us. Just beautiful. Kathleen, I know we should run. Oh my goodness, so that's a Ichabod right there, looking behind. And then in the distance, you can even see the Headless Horseman as well in that one. Different scenes of the Headless Horseman all through here.
Scary, or should we say spooktacular?
Totally spooktacular. Thanks, Natalie. Thanks so much. And before we
is that a thing, Creator? Is that you're supposed to kiss the bridge?
Oh. Wendy, no repeat of this tour. It is 40 miles north of New York City, and it does cost us to come, so it's tricky for us to do a second trip up here. So this is our only one of this one. I'm so sorry.
Zipper mouth. That's cute.
But honestly, next year we will probably do it a second time. We also had to plan this one quite in advance to make sure we had tickets, so we picked a good time when it would hopefully not be as crowded. And so next year, because it was so popular, we will try to plan for more.
All of us in real life, Jake-Fun? You'll come?
So this is that stone wall we showed you as we were walking in, and these are all hand carved. Look at the crowds on the left. It's because we came in at the very first time slot at 6:30. That was the first time slot. It's been 7 until this week, and then they bumped it to 6:30, and now that path is probably 3 times the amount of people as when we walked in. But these are all real pumpkins that are on the wall that we're walking along right here, and then the skeletons behind them are some of those foam pumpkins as well. And this is the exit path. We're gonna sort of make our way out at this point.
Ooh, look at the spider eyes. That is cool.
Sometimes I feel like spider eye. No, I can't get it. How do I get it? The spider eyes? No, I can't get it. I'm close. Somebody's eyes. There, spider eyes are watching me. There we go. I got there. It was bad, but I got there.
He's got character. Look at that.
Oh, he's fun. I like him. Jill, they start in June. Michael,
spiders are what?
Spiders,
you,
there
oh
it is.
God.
Spiders are watching
We couldn't
me.
find it. Thank
there
you.
it is. They start in June. Michael Nautiello is the head chief designer. He has 10 professional carvers. They start in June. Some of the exhibits they repeat each year. And then they bring in volunteers throughout the year to help carve these real pumpkins that you're seeing sitting on the wall right here. So that we have a mixture of the foam pumpkins and the real pumpkins. And we are making our way out, so I will tell you as you see these last few, we have our Dia de los Muertos tour on Sunday, which is our other seasonal tour. Prior to that, we have a tour on Friday of the 9/11 Memorial and Financial District, and on Saturday we also have a Central Park tour, Central Park 3. That's on Saturday. We also put up quite a few more tours over the next couple weeks, including for December, 2 of our Rockefeller Christmas tours and our Dyker Heights Christmas Lights tour. Now, what I will tell you about all those is we will be doing more of. We only have 2 for the Rockefeller right now, but we'll be doing plenty more. We only have 1 for Dyker Heights, but we'll be doing 1 more of Dyker Heights, at least 1 more of Dyker Heights as well. So we're going to exit here, say our goodbyes, and give you a final shot looking back, right? I think we can
we'll
chill over here.
Yeah.
So let's go right here.
Yeah.
And we're sort of tucked out of the way. So if you...
Sorry that we ran a little bit over, by the way.
Yeah.
But, hopefully you're not missing another tour. But
if you are new to us and you liked what you saw, go ahead and click that follow button, and then you find out when we add all those special tours or even our regular tours.
Yeah.
If you are new to us and you didn't like what you saw, thanks for sticking around till the end. We appreciate it. And like I said, we have those upcoming tours. You can also follow us on our Instagram page, NYC Tour Guys, Guys, NYC Tour. Thanks, Donna, NYC Tour Guys. And somebody said it caught the last 15 minutes.
Oh, good.
This was a very busy tour. I'm actually amazed we saw as many questions and comments as we did.
If we missed anything, please let us know.
Yeah.
We'll try to answer quickly now, or you can reach out to us via our Instagram page or the Heygo Facebook page.
Jan, where in Illinois? Where in Illinois are you? I'm from Illinois originally. Oh, sadly, we can't take you to a Broadway show just because of union rules. We can't stream
Wouldn't that be fun?
live.
Just like take
Thanks,
the Heygo
Evelyn.
camera in.
Libertyville. Oh, yeah, I know Libertyville. Of course, I'm from a little town called Carlinville. Karen, thanks so much. We appreciate it. Yay. Facebook, you're better at that.
Patrick Aaron, or is it Aaron Patrick? I think it's Patrick Aaron NYC Tour Guys, I believe is our Facebook page.
Yeah, I think that's it. Absolutely. Yep. Thanks, everybody.
There's so many
Thanks,
great
Bruce
places
and
you
Wendy.
can go on these tours. Gerard in London, or Stefan in Amsterdam, Adam in Budapest. And if we missed any other guides that happen to be on the tour today, please let us know, because we love to promote all the guides on Heygo, because it's such an incredible platform, and it's grown exponentially since we were sort of there close to the beginning, and boy, oh boy, it's incredible. You can practically 24 hours a day go somewhere around the world. We can all travel the world, in the comforts of our own home, which is such a cool thing. And not only travel virtually, but also, during the... Oh, nope, we're back.
My bad.
During the pandemic, everybody was, staying home and staying safe, and this was a great way for all of us to get together and connect with other people. And so, I don't know, it's a really magical thing that happened in a horrific time in all of our lives, in the world's life. And
we've been going through,
yeah.
Thanks, Weebgay.
So,
Kathleen asked, you must know that Carlinville, Illinois has a great Christmas market. She said, how about a tour of the Carlinville Christmas market? Interestingly enough, my father is on the board for the Christmas market.
Of course he is.
But we haven't been. You've never been.
No.
I haven't been in years. That would be a fun thing. We should do that sometime. It would be a terrific tour.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to follow us, click that follow button. Thanks, Terry and Jolene. Click that follow button, and or follow us on any of the social media that you want to. And there you go.
So sorry, we're missing a lot, but must move. That is hard to stay.
Somebody had an issue with the movement of the camera, and somebody was saying it had something to do with the gimbal.
Okay.
So, yeah, I saw that comment go by,
Okay.
and so I'm glad that you stayed, and I'm glad you still got something out of it, and
Yeah.
sorry if it got shaky on your end at all. Sorry, I was reading follow button at the same time. The follow button should be at the top of your page. Oh, Jill, I'm not going to Hamlet at BAM. No, I don't think either one of us are. But maybe we'll see.
Thank you, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Now we're just chatting. Now
Yeah.
we're just chatting with all the friends. Thank you for joining us all. We're going to leave you.
Oh, so they're saying, Elizabeth, you might want to, let Heygo know about that technical problem because everybody else, no one had the same issue. So not to single you out, Elizabeth, but please do let the Heygo people know so that they can get it right because they'll want to know like what you were watching on to make sure it looks smooth for you. They like to make sure everybody has a good experience.
Yeah.
Thanks all for joining us.
Thanks, everyone. We're seeing lots of. We're going to leave you with a shot of the
entrance.
Yeah, here's the entrance to where we first started, and we'll leave you here. Thank you all for joining us.
And again, to all of you in the blue boxes, thanks for joining us. All of you who just tune in, thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you on some upcoming tours. Appreciate it.